Everybody get up.
Everybody get up now. Tarun Verma here with On the Couch. How's everybody doing?
Hey everyone, it's Janu Chavla here.
And this episode will be the Hollywood Roundup. So we're hitting the end of summer here. And a lot of nice little controversies have happened over the last couple of months. First, in the video category, we got Robin Thicke and the Blurred Lines.
Yes.
Okay? Then we also got Justin Timberlake's Tunnel Vision. Now, we're going to end with Miley Cyrus because that one's just too easy.
Twerk team.
And it really just is too easy. So,
Yeah.
let's start with Blurred Lines. What did you think of the video?
You know, I really think that it accomplished its purpose. I couldn't look away. It was entertaining. I thought it was entertaining. As odd and as offensive some people could have found it, I liked it. I couldn't stop watching it.
From a social media standpoint, I think they really succeeded with the whole giant bolded hashtags.
Yeah.
I think that was a huge success because that's what got everyone talking about it, everyone trending it on Twitter. So for that, I have to say it is a social media feat of the year. But hands down, the video, fine. Yeah, you know, being a guy, of course I love naked women and them prancing around. But even I thought this video was just a little too ridiculous to me.
Really?
There's a naked woman holding a goat. What is the purpose of that? She's holding a goat. She's not eating it. She's not petting it around. She's just literally holding it while the guys are dancing around her.
Goats need love too. I don't know. I thought it was like, it kind of captured the vibe of a summer, you know? It was like lighthearted. It was funny. It was like random. I mean, that's what summer is about, right? So I actually kind of dug it. I was starting to like anticipate what new prop they would come out with. There was somebody with a syringe or something.
Yeah, he injected her ass with a syringe.
Yeah, that was odd.
No, that's what happens when you have gonorrhea.
But it was entertaining. I liked it. I enjoyed the women. I like how they had the token, you know, black girl in there. I like that they threw in some ethnicity in there. All beautiful. You know, T.I. looked a little silly, like with this.
He was combing a girl's hair.
Yeah,
there was a frame where he's just combing her hair.
He was using an afro brush, right? That's what people use.
That was an afro brush?
It was like one of those.
So he wasn't even using her brush.
No.
He was using his fro brush on her hair.
That's where
it's ridiculous.
That's where the funny part came in. That he was like combing her hair with that. But it was pretty funny to see T.I. dance like an idiot. T.I., by the way, you can't dance. Don't do that ever again.
There was another thing where there was a naked girl just riding a bicycle, just for no reason, a stationary bicycle. I was like, what is the point of that? I get the playfulness, I get the funness, to me the video just screamed boys being boys. That's what it kind of was. It was just like, we're all guys, we're having fun, it's a party, it's a summer thing. But still, it was kind of like, what's the point of it? Like, if you're going to get girls naked, you know you're going to draw a lot of attention. And at least when 50 Cent got girls naked in his videos, he was pouring champagne down their crack.
Yeah.
So you know explicitly what was their role in that whole thing. But what was the role of these women here?
I don't know. I didn't even know about this song until someone forwarded me the video. And that's when I found out about it. And I thought it was brilliant to like get people's attention. I'm not sure. I really question this. I wonder if the song would be as big as it is without the video. Like, no one really, you know, Robin Thicke has been making music for years.
But he's just never been mainstream.
He's just never been mainstream. He's never gotten this much airplay. And I'm curious if people would take that much. I mean, you have people listening to the songs from like all age groups. You have like people in their mid-30s that know about this song and this video to, you know, people in their teens.
This is actually I believe it's a song of the year in the UK. I believe they said it was.
I mean, this is his biggest hit, mainstream hit.
People,
a lot of people that I've been talking to, they're like, wait, Robin Thicke had music before this? It's like, yeah.
This guy had tons and tons of albums.
I mean, I think whoever directed this was on spot. If you have a problem with this video, if someone finds this video offensive, then I feel like that's more of a reflection on like where we're going as a society, because this was like a spot on hit. This is what people like wanted in the video world. They're done with the whole like artsy fartsy stuff.
No, you're right, because no one's neutral about this video. No one just says, oh yeah, that video was cool. It gets you either angry, it gets you going, oh yeah, that was hilarious, that was awesome. Everyone takes a very radical stance on this video. No one's just like, oh yeah, that was a cool video.
Yeah,
I dug it.
Yeah, and you're right. With the whole social media thing, hashtags are now used across social media platforms. People are more like connected than ever, so it's really fun to post things that you can then, will be valid on every social media outlet. And then I think this song was also roped in to be part of the promotion for the headphones or the speakers for
well, all rap videos are kind of always promoting the product,
but
so.
I think that naked chicks walking around holding that very aptly shaped product, right? It was just all very sexual. It was all very
all in your head and
very risque, and I think like whoever directed this video or like was head of marketing for this song or this album was like a freaking genius. If they wanted it to go viral or like become song of the summer, like
it's actually interesting because if you've noticed all the other videos that have come out since then, and I'm talking about like self-made people videos, there are parody videos where like the girls are wearing the boss clothes, the suits. Have you seen that one? There was that one video where it was a bunch of actors out of Seattle did it, and they were a gay dance troupe actually. And all the guys are in their underwear prancing around, and the women are wearing the suits and stuff. So then they were doing sort of like an anti-message thing. Then there was what rhymes with hugme.com or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So this summer, it really provided everyone with a lot of entertainment.
And I think that's kind of gives you a snapshot of where business and like any business is at right now. If you're in the entertainment business especially, you have to make your stuff like media social friendly so that people can make something like a parody over it or make a website called What Rhymes with Hug Me.
Because
like,
again, it's more media attention. It just gets
you have
people
to
on your
if
tongue.
you cater to the people and like just make it outrageous and you make it something that's spoofable. Naked people running around doing random stuff, like that's so easily like you can replicate that, you can spoof that, you can make parodies. I'm sure that landed them a spot on SNL at some point, at some sketch. That's money. That's what you have to do nowadays.
Actually, Robin Thicke has performed at all the big shows this summer. BET, VMAs. He's performed everywhere.
Has he had any noteworthy performances or any performances in the past?
No, actually, I can't see him actually saying that I've seen him like perform.
And even if he has, I think the people who are into his music, which was very mature, I would say
his stuff was all slow jams.
Yeah,
it was all baby making music.
Exactly.
Really.
And if anyone had known of that, it was a very niche group of people, and now it's mainstream. Everyone from someone 15 years old, I know your 13-year-old niece probably knows about Robin Thicke now if she hadn't before, to someone who's 40 years old knows about Robin Thicke in this video and they watched it. So I think like it was really spot on in terms of marketing. And if you think about it, nowadays it seems like the more simple a video the better, for those reasons I just spoke about. Think about Single Ladies. Think about how basic of a
Black
video
and
that
white
was.
In front of a white screen.
Very similar.
And it became Video of the Year.
Video of the Year.
3 people in the whole video. That's it.
Exactly.
Just 3 women in leotards dancing.
Who would have thought?
Black and white.
And that gave rise to a lot of memorable Beyonce performances. That gave
Spoof videos.
That gave rise to a phrase. Now
put
girls
a ring on it.
Now
exactly.
Girls always throw around that phrase. Well, if he likes it, he better put a ring on it.
Exactly.
And that when you say that line to someone, it doesn't just say if you like it, put a ring on it. It has this whole like connotation of the song with it, so it gives off this like more than desperate to get married. It's more of an independent woman. You better put a ring on it. So it's like these simple videos, they make the songs even more powerful. And Single Ladies even ended up on Glee, right? They did a whole episode. I think that's actually one of my most favorite Glee episodes I've seen, because it had to do with that character coming out to his dad.
Kurt, that's right.
Coming
Kurt,
out to his dad,
I remember that episode. I like that one.
And it's just so, it's amazing how Single Ladies and Glee used it for a positive message. So I really think had that video not had such a powerful visual, or that song not had such a powerful visual to go with it, then it wouldn't, I don't know if it would have that social impact. And I think Blurred Lines is something like that. It came out during the summer, girls being stupid and naked and doing random things, and guys just being playful. I just feel like that makes it a powerful video for the summer because it captures the mood,
Let's go to the next one, because this video drew a lot of negative attention too. Justin Timberlake's Tunnel Vision. Ew. What did you think of that one?
Okay, see.
That was the second naked girl video of the summer.
Yeah, and I'm a die-hard Justin Timberlake fan, and I really wanted to like the video, but the nudity, I think it had more of a artsy artsy sort of purpose, and I didn't really get the point.
Really?
I didn't really like it.
See,
no.
For some reason, because there were naked women. Again, it was a little bit more pointless. It was like, what's the point of it? But they were sort of accentuating the female sensuality of it all. So for me, I kind of dug it in that artsy way that they were doing it. There's a lot of smoke. There was like great movements by the women, and okay, I may not have totally agreed with like his face being, photo projected onto their boobs.
Yeah, what was that?
That was a little weird.
That made it weird for me, and like the chains on the women.
That was cool. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was kind of artistic.
I
like that.
I get it, and I think that if you're talking from a feminism point of view, like, okay, fine, Justin Timberlake did more justice to naked women, I guess, because it was more of a...
But it's not a contest.
But no, it's not a contest. I'm saying that people would think that Blurred Lines, sort of objectified women, and then Justin Timberlake was more so in tunnel vision. It was more using it as an art form, and it was shown in a much more sensual, positive light. Whereas Blurred Lines was just kind of making fun of women in a way,
Right.
So in that term, if you're gonna get all serious on me, then yeah, I can see the difference, and I applaud Justin Timberlake for doing it in a tasteful way. But if we're just talking in terms of like whether I liked it or not, I thought it was kind of boring. Like, I started scrolling through the video like halfway through, like, is this over? But for Blurred Lines, I couldn't stop looking. So unfortunately, that just says something about how people consume media and like what they want to see. So for entertainment value,
I mean, that's true. But then again, you look at Blurred Lines, and I believe it's at like upwards of 120 million views, and Justin Timberlake's only gotten a little over 9 views. So it kind of just goes to tell you what people really thought of it all. But that was the other big controversy that came out.
And additionally, I don't know. I think Blurred Lines is a more catchy, fun song compared to that. I wonder if that has to do anything with
that. Probably has a lot to do with it. There wasn't a lot of playfulness in Justin Timberlake's video. Yeah, it was 7 minutes long. Got a little monotonous. I love the song personally. The video was, it was all right.
But if we're talking entertainment value, then
Pharrell's.
Unfortunately for women, I'm sorry, all the feminists out there are gonna hate me. But I think Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines really hit it out of the ballpark in terms of the business side of entertainment and just being catchy and fun and a memorable video. I think 5 years from now, people will remember Blurred Lines just like people remember Single Ladies from, I don't know how many years it's been, probably another 5 years. But I think 5 years from now, people may not remember Tunnel Vision.
No, they probably won't. People probably won't even remember that a month from now. But it just seemed like to me, with the whole feminist movement and all that, we're kind of taking a step backwards with stuff like Blurred Lines.
Well, I think as a society...
There's a naked woman holding a goat.
Yeah.
It was like, what is this?
And I think that's the polarizing thing. Like, people that are not going to like it, they probably have those objections.
This didn't objectify the women, but still it was one of those, like, this part as a guy I just dug and I thought it was funny, where, like, randomly a girl's walking by and in balloons there's Robin Thicke as a big dick.
Yeah.
Just like, there was a huge wall of balloons that said that.
That was really random.
That was random, and I dug that as a guy, because I was like, you're not objectifying women.
As a girl, I kind of found that, like, offensive. Is that weird?
You found that offensive? I didn't find that offensive.
I did. I found that, like,
men talk about their dick almost 56% of the day, so for me, this was normal.
But that, pushed it over the edge for me. Like, I was already, naked women, there's a girl who has a stop sign on her butt. Okay, fine.
And then all of a sudden, he throws his big dick in the mix.
Ew,
and
I don't need to know that. Like, can we just keep having fun with the naked girls?
He threw his big dick in the mix, and it just got all weird after that. So
yeah, it did.
I definitely agree with that one. Now, the last big thing of the summer, and it also still kind of ties into Robin Thicke, because he's just on this campaign this summer, was Miley Cyrus doing her thing. Now, this thing's been beaten to death in the media, so I'm going to take pot shots at her. You want to be serious, you can totally be serious about it. What did you think about her performance? And you're going to analyze this a lot more, so just have at it.
Gross. I have to say, there were some moments where I was like, what is this chick doing? But
I cringed during the whole thing.
It was cringeworthy, and I also feel bad for, like, foam fingers from now on. Like, I've never used one at, like, a game. Like, now I can never have one ever again because I'm going to think about her, like, forever associate that with her. I don't know. When it was, because I watched the VMAs live, and when it was actually happening, it was weird, but it wasn't the sensation that it ended up being. Like, in my head, I thought, this is the VMAs, like, shit like this happens. Like, where have people been for the last 10 years? I grew up with the boy band Britney Spears era, and I can still tell you, VMAs 2000 was when Britney Spears stripped and people just flipped a shit. And she didn't even really strip. She went from a suit to like a skin-colored outfit. And if you go watch that performance now, it's not that sensational. So like I had that in mind, all this like little Kim wearing a mermaid outfit with like a seashell paisley over her nipple. So like compared to that, like this just kind of fell in line with that. I was kind of expecting there to be at least one outrageous moment at the VMAs. I mean, you have Kanye interrupting Taylor Swift, which became such a media frenzy. So, you know, that was like the thing of the year. But so this time I was like, whatever. Like, it was so random, but it was like, okay.
Though, to me, the performance wasn't obnoxious or in your face. It was just not good.
It was.
The dancing was horrible. There was no properly thought out themes. Her outfits were a mess. And the biggest part about it was she embraced the whole twerk phenomenon, the video that leaked a few weeks back. I didn't think they would tap into that so quickly. Because I swear that video only came out like, what, 3 weeks before the VMAs came out?
No, it had been out for a while. Like, I would say a month or so.
A month or so,
I mean, there's this whole, like, twerk thing, and I feel like she made good use of that, like,
her media team jumped on that real quick.
I found the performance to be, like, all over the place, and I wasn't too offended by it because I get what Miley's trying to do. She's trying to break away from her Hannah Montana thing. And honestly, if you look at pictures of her from her Hannah Montana days...
Hannah Montana died that night.
Yeah, exactly.
She shot that bitch in the face and buried that too.
She did.
It was bad.
But what was really offensive, like, for me as an audience member, like, or audience members sitting at home, it's like, these people get paid millions of dollars to do what they do. And Miley Cyrus is up there, like, clearly inebriated. She can't even hold a note. When she started singing Blurred Lines, she was so off-key. When she was singing the beginning line, I was like, you are a professional at what you do. You are taking up valuable airtime that costs millions of dollars. How are you allowed to be on stage so inebriated, looking like a hot mess? I mean, I'm sure people saw those memes of her, like, butt jiggling all over the place.
That was horrible, by the way. She has no butt. And who did her outfit, by the way? Because that thing was horrible.
I don't know.
And two, what happened to her tongue? Was it always that huge? Like, I found it gross that she had the little, I don't know, what do you want to call it, little new age cornrows or whatever she got going on, with her tongue out every 3 seconds. That kind of grossed me out to the point where I was like, this isn't a performance. Like, I want to see at least when Britney did it, it was a performance.
It was. That's
you know what
the
I mean?
Thing. This was a spectacle. This was a created spectacle, and I respect what Miley's trying to do as an artist, but clearly she
You respect her as an artist?
I do. She is. I don't respect her as an artist. I respect what she's trying to do. She's trying to reinvent herself, and if we all remember, Britney went through a trashy phase. Christina Aguilera went through her dirty phase, whatever she called it.
Yeah, I love that phase.
That was horrific. She looked horrific. I mean, but she came out of that and she reinvented herself. Unfortunately, that's what people have to do. You know, you can be as like crazy as Lady Gaga, who comes up with this crazy ass shit. Even Katy Perry does some out there like costumes, and Nicki Minaj. Those are the people that are out there like being successful at the top of the charts nowadays because they're so outrageous, even visually. That's why I feel like I'm glad Miley isn't just disappearing off the face of this earth because she has some drug problem. Like, she's trying to reinvent herself. Unfortunately,
what did you think of her grinding up on Robin Thicke? A lot of people had issues with that. I personally didn't care. I thought that the outfits didn't mix. I was like, randomly people were wearing fucking teddy bears, and then Robin Thicke comes out in a pinstripe pimp costume.
I found that a little offensive, and I found it even more so offensive that she was grinding up on him and like kissing his neck, yet afterwards the whole media frenzy, CNN had a whole front page about her. He was never mentioned anywhere. Like, how sexist are we to just place the entire...
No, not really. Let me correct you. He was caught putting his hand up a girl's skirt in a photo. Did you see that thing at the night of the VMAs? It's some random chick.
And I heard about this controversy.
And he's got his like hand up the butt. Like, I'm not talking just on the butt. Like, you see the fingers creeping in.
Ew.
Yeah, he got a good handful.
Yeah, but how many people know that the post VMA media frenzy was all centered around her?
Yeah, it was all on Miley.
Any flack for that.
Even she was proud of it. What was it, like some like 300,000 plus tweets a minute or something were going out?
She had like the most tweeted performance or some stat she busted out with, which lets me know that this was somewhat premeditated.
Oh, yeah.
and it was a strategy on her part.
Well, no, they said it. They said later on in the interviews that her and Robin went into it going, we're going to make history with this thing. So like, okay, it was media created, but it was just tasteless.
But it gives her, I don't know, people are talking about her.
Tasteless.
She has, twerk team, Miley twerk. Like, that's become, the word twerk has been around for years. And now all of a sudden it's associated with her. And if that's what you have to do, if you're not an Adele, then this is unfortunately what you have to do. If you were a Hannah Montana for
she doesn't even have an ass.
Years,
how did she become the queen of twerk when she doesn't even have an ass?
Because she's probably the best twerker, like best white girl twerker there is right now. That's the funny part. There's like, you know, black girls that are like, what? I had a nightmare that I lost a twerk contest to Miley because she can twerk it, apparently. I think people are just shocked.
Did you even see the Juicy J video? I mean, like, it was alright.
Yes.
But, like, I think in order to twerk, and I mean, this could be a whole podcast. Yeah. How to twerk. What is necessary to twerk.
Twerkology.
Twerkology 101. You need to, have a juicy plump
you
butt
do, but
to
that's
twerk.
the funny part. She represents, like, the mass white chick. Like, the white girl that doesn't have a butt, that wants to twerk, that wants to shake her butt. Because these girls look up to these beautiful, like, voluptuous women who can shake their ass. So I think that's why it was so shocking, because it's like, what? Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana is twerking? It's so, like, polar opposite of what she used to be or what her image is in our head. And I think that's why it, like, stuck and became such a viral thing. So if that's what she's using to, like, differentiate herself and create a new identity, then whatever. I mean, in 5 years, she'll calm down. She'll be a more serious...
Or she'll be in drug rehab. I mean, who knows?
Who knows, right?
But it was the big shocking thing of the summer. Because she put the foam finger all up on Robin Thicke's taint. That was really disgusting.
That was. She's bringing... Like, I bet, like, bears, suddenly teddy bears and, like, foam fingers are getting all this attention. Like... that she's probably, like, you know, helping boost sales for those things.
I actually read the guy who invented foam finger actually said that Miley Cyrus defamed his product.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh well, because, you know, everyone comes out of the woodworks when these things happen, right? They want to sound off on it. It was like the creator of foam finger, some guy you never thought you'd ever hear from. He got into media. He got into media because he's like, this is my chance to get 2 cents, and he's like, she defamated my thing. And I was like, I'm pretty sure there are plenty of drunk people at baseball games that have rubbed the finger in asses, taints, and who knows what else throughout the years. But when Miley Cyrus kind of does it on a show, then it's all of a sudden like, oh no.
Everyone's trying to ride on the fame of the Miley Cyrus.
Everybody get up now. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will end today's podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Hollywood Roundup.